Hey, glad you've made it back. Welcome to Tales from the World's Firesides. I'm Clive Gilson, the story guy, and I've got a real treat for you today. We're diving into a Hungarian folk tale that's quite close to my heart. It's called The Wonderful Frog, and this one is from my collection, Tales Told by the Wind Mother, but I've dusted it off and given it a little modern twist just for today. The Wonderful Frog. Once upon a time, as these stories often begin, there lived a man with 3 daughters. One day, feeling rather thirsty, he turned to his eldest and said, "My dear, would you be so kind as to fetch some fresh water from the well?" She took a pitcher and went on her way, but when she reached the well, a large frog emerged from the depths and spoke. "You may draw no water," it said, "unless you toss me the gold ring from your finger." The girl scoffed. "Is that all you want? I'm not giving my ring to an ugly creature like you," and she returned home, her pitcher still empty. The father then sent his second daughter, and she too was met by the frog, and she too refused. So again, no water. Now, quite frustrated, the father turned to his youngest. "Betsy, my dear, you've always had more sense than your sisters. Surely you can succeed where they have not." Betsy picked up the pitcher and went, and yes, the frog was waiting. "Your ring or no water," he repeated. And though she hesitated, Betsy was devoted to her father, so she slipped off the ring and dropped it into the well. The frog then allowed her to draw water, and she returned home with the pitchers full and her father beaming with pride. But that night, just after dark, the strange tale took an even stranger turn. From outside the house came a deep croaking voice. "Father-in-law, father-in-law, I should like something to eat." The father frowned. "What now?" he called to his daughters. "Give that horrid frog something. Use a broken plate." But the frog was not satisfied. "This won't do. I want roast meat served properly on a tin plate." The father, grumbling, agreed. Then came another demand. "Father-in-law, I would like something to drink." "Oh, give him dishwater," the father said. "I want wine in a proper tumbler," the frog croaked, and once again they relented. The meal finished, the frog announced, "Father-in-law, I would like to sleep." "Oh, give him some rags in the corner," the father muttered. "No, I want a silk bed." They complied once more, but then, just as they hoped it was all over, the frog croaked again. "Father-in-law, I would like a girl beside me." The father, utterly exasperated, sent his eldest daughter. "Oh, not her," the frog replied. He sent the second. "Not her either. I want Betsy." The father sighed deeply. "Go, my child. Perhaps it's the only way to lift this curse." So Betsy lay beside the frog. Her father, worried for her safety, lit a lamp and placed it high on the oven to burn through the night. But no sooner had he turned his back than the frog crawled from the bed and extinguished it. The father relit the lamp twice more, in fact, and each time the frog put it out again. At last the father gave up, leaving Betsy in darkness beside the strange creature, his heart heavy with worry. But in the morning, a miracle. Where the frog had lain, there was now a strikingly handsome Magyar youth, with golden spurs on his boots, fine braid on his coat, and auburn hair that caught the morning light. He turned to the family and said, "I was under a spell, and Betsy's kindness has freed me. With your blessing, I would very much like to marry her." The father agreed without hesitation, and the sisters looked on with envy, for they too had fallen under the young man's charm. As for Betsy, her life was full of joy from that day on, and if you don't believe me, well, perhaps you might still find her somewhere out in this wide, wild world. And that's a wrap on today's story. This one's been adapted from a tale originally collected by János Kriza, Gyula Pap, and a few other folklore sleuths, and then later adapted by the Reverend William Henry Jones and Lewis L. Kropf in a book called The Folk Tales of the Magyars way back in 1889. Now, I just love digging up these old stories, as you know. I think they're real treasures. And I love giving them a fresh coat of paint, as it were, breathing a bit of new life into them so they can find their way into new ears, like yours. So if you're craving more stories like this, you can dive into my books. There's a link at the bottom of the screen and in the description of the video. And if you want to know more about Tales from the World's Firesides or about me, Clive Gilson, your friendly neighbourhood story guy, then just pop over to clivegilson.com. And before you head out, give that like button a little love. It really helps more folks discover these tales. And if you haven't subscribed yet, then now's the perfect time because there's new stories dropping every week. Until next time, though, keep listening, keep imagining, and above all, keep the storytelling flame burning. Catch you soon. Take care.